stepping. What you mean you don't?
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. All that and more coming up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. But tonight we've got a good AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning he's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
Tua to throw right away. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Miami. 47 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll give this to Achane. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a 2nd and 6. Here's Tua. Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll run. Achane. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Achane. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
To a hit, and the ball is out, and the Bengals grab it.
Give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it, and sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a 2nd, 3rd reaction play and create downfield.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Man open left side is Brown. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And here comes Berrios. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So from the 37, here's 2nd and a couple. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They complete it to Hill. And Hill is going to have a Dolphins 1st down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line. That one goes for 8 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Down to about the 22 here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. We're scoreless after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down. A run now from Achane. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Now Tua. Touchdown, Dolphins! Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole, setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Burrow. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now. Now Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jamar Chase, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Bengals are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They'll run here with Moss. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Burrow will throw. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's out to Hill, right side complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Caught left side. It's Beckham. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Miami.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And incomplete. That right there, his first incompletion so far in this game, Charles. He was 9 of 9 before that.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as being locked in. And then you have to ask him the question, so what caused the incompletion? Come on, man, get back on your game. Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. It's a big play there for Miami. 51 yards.
He's already got 1 touchdown this first half already. That very nearly was a 2nd. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders early and often so far.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Odell Beckham. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 14-7.
Bengals 7.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. T. Higgins leading the Cincinnati receiving corps out for this upcoming series. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays, so let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Burrow. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack that moved him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man, Jonathan. Well, time is of the essence. We breeze through halftime, and we are ready for the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it. And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Here's Moss with a 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage.
Here we go.
It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Got him in, it's Brown. Down the left sideline. He may go. And all the way in for the Cincinnati score. Chase Brown, 81 yards. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
McPherson now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Tua. The short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Short throw to Smith. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
11.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Cincinnati Bengals.
They'll give this to Moss running right. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and
On second down, it's Moss again. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the third and then carry that over to the fourth.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
11 MT tight. 11 MT tight.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open man is Chase, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down.
Here we go. 7 brings up second and 3 at the Dolphins' 11-yard line.
Burrow now off the bootleg. He'll swing this out to Moss. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Moss. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Here's Higgins out on the right side. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Burrow spotting T. Higgins for the touchdown there. And the Bengals have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even insult the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And McPherson on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. That's swung out to Mostert. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. 2nd and 11 now. From the gun, it's Tua. Short throw to Smith. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go. 11 MT.
Now it's Burrow. They've got his man, complete. He's still on his feet. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 67 yards. And the Bengals use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's field and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete there to Beckham. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Now Tua. On target over the middle of the hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll run for it with Achane. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Tua now on first down. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Well, they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Gun. Stop.
They'll start on the ground with Moss. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Come on, ready?
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
At the
42-yard line.
Right back to Moss. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Here we go.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Moss on the give up the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll go up the middle here with Moss. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Zach Moss, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we scored touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
McPherson on for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run.
Let's go. Get it now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Nothing's free.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You still hold your breath when there's a defense when Tua gets out of the pocket. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a first down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
That is caught. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Tua to throw again. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Go ahead.
Now 2nd and 3.
Out.
Looking to pass. Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Intended for Jalen Waddle. Incomplete. Cam Taylor-Britt on the coverage.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
But that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Mike McDaniel dialing up the risk here a little bit on 4th down. They're going to go for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
On 2.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he's got this down to the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. And now they're in the hurry up. They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup.
Right back to Brown. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
He was brought down by Anthony Walker. Tackled back at the 30-yard line.
3rd down, here's Brown. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed in intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.